718. Yeah. You know, our style of working, guys, we don't directly get into the coding or subject, right? We prepare the background a lot. As part of background application, we will see what is the existing architecture that is there, what's the problem with architecture, what are the identified problems with architecture, and how to solve those problems. This is what we are going to focus initially or not there, guys. Yes, guys, definitely we have to focus that one initially. Yeah. Okay. Now listen, as you know that we have two popular architecture, guys, monolith architecture, microservice. In between one more architecture is there, SOA, service oriented architecture. Monolith means everything together in a single packing jar or ware. SOA means soap based web service concept is there now, service oriented. Microservice architecture means Spring Boot REST, but all not together. Every service is a separate project. As you know that every service will be treated as what? Separate project, right? Every service will be treated as what? Separate project. Okay, that's good. Yeah, here is what? 718. Here is again what? 718. That's great, guys. Fantastic. Hmm. Yeah, tell me what is there? Session 2. Session 1, need of microservices. Yeah, this is excellent background preparation to understand what is what. It's going to be an excellent background preparation, guys. Okay, that's good. In Spring Boot microservice application will be implemented with the support of what? Spring Cloud module and multiple other facilities. Generally, we don't prefer using Spring Framework for microservice implementation. We prefer Spring Boot a lot in the angle of what? Spring Boot Cloud to implement what? Microservice. The popular architecture in Java domain are monolith architecture, SOA, microservice architecture. We can place MVC layers in all these architecture based what? Project development. The application that we developed so far having what? MVC architecture are called monolith architecture application. All mini project that we have developed as layered application is called as what? Monolith architecture project. What project, guys? Monolith architecture project. These are called monolith architecture are not there. Yeah, that's fine. The application that packs, that first one, monolith. Multiple services as multiple modules in a single unit, nothing but project, either as WAR file or JAR file or EAR file, is called monolith application or what? Project. Monolith application or what? Project. One application is equal to one project. Contains what? Multiple services as what? Multiple module. Inside the project are what? Application. Okay. So far, Spring MVC, Spring Data JPA, core application, etc. we developed are what? Monolith application. Even Spring MVC with Spring Data JPA, ORM, JDBC, we have developed so far, except what? Spring REST application are called what? Monolith application. Example, narashit.com, flipkart.com, banking applications, and etc. All the things together, we call them as what? Monolith application. Got it, guys? Yeah. Monolith application or what? Project. Here, what is there? Multiple services are integrated, packed into single var or jar are not there. narashit.com, this is monolith, admission module, batches module, account module, payroll module are packed into what, guys? Single var or what? Jar file. Single var or jar file. Monolith applications are like getting Meal as single unit or packet having what? Multiple items in it. Simply having what? Multiple items in it. Each feature is called one service. One module can have one or more services. The MVC architecture application whose multiple services are combined into what? Single jar or WAR file is called monolith architecture. WAR means web application archive. Jar means what? Standalone application archive. Are you getting my point? AR file, jar file plus var file, AR file, jar file plus var file plus jar file. AR file, it can be combination of what? Multiple var file. It can be the combination of what? Multiple var file. AR file represent enterprise application archive or not there. Now AR file not popular because web service components are also coming as what? WAR file. When EZB was there, AR files are what? Bit popular because we used to combine jar plus WAR to make it as what? Enterprise. So as of now, everything is WAR or jar na boss. Standalone application means jar. Web application WAR. Standalone web application means what? Again jar. No need of what? AR file. So full and final conclusion in what? Monolith architecture means, come on, multiple services are integrated by developing them as multiple module, but at the end they are packed into what? Single WAR file or jar file. Standalone application means jar. Normal web application means WAR. Standalone web application means again jar file. Like that they will be packed or not there, guys. Okay. So we got the basic idea. See, nareshit.com, different modules are developed representing different services. At the end, they are packed into what? Single var or jar file are not there. At the end, they are packed into what? Single var or jar file are not there. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Build process or building the application. The process of keeping the application ready for execution in certain environment is called what? Build process. Are you getting my point there, guys? From .java, we will get .class, properties file, other file. Lastly, we are having libraries, nothing but jar file. At the end, they are packed into where or jar file or not there. The code that completes the process, the code that completes the process is called stable code, no compile time errors, and they're very much ready for what? Execution. In build process, development of source code, compilation of source code, development of helper resources like what? Property file and other file, adding API libraries and etc. operations will be there. At last, the var or jar file will be created representing whole project or not there. What is build process? Keeping our code ready for execution is called what? Build process. Keeping our code ready for execution is called as what? Build process. Check it out. All the things we kept ready and at the end we packed into this. Right, boss? Yeah. MVC layers will be there in all three architecture application. Listen, in monolith, every module development layers will be there. Yes. SOA, there also producer, consumer, this kind of setup will be there. In producer development layers will be there. Consumer developer layers will be. In in microservice architecture, come on guys. In what? Microservice architecture. 10 services means what? 10 projects. 20 services means what? 20 projects. In the development of each project, there will be layers. In the development of what? Each service, there will be layers. Are you getting my point, my dear? Super. Okay. This is what? Monolith architecture. The layers of all services or module will be combined together into single unit. So, three components will be there in the application. A service provider, B service consumer, three service registry. The MVC layers will be there in service consumer and what? Service provider. Microservice architecture. Every service will be developed as what? Separate project. And in the each service, in each project, again, layers will be there. So MVC is not an architecture. MVC is what? Layered application. Layers will be there in what? Every architecture project. Are you getting my point there, guys? We developed what? Mini project. At the end, we are packing into single var or jar. You take RESTful one or what? Microservice, MVC one. Okay, there also layers are there. Provider application layers are there. If you develop consumer as one more web application, there also layers will be there, na boss. So final conclusion is what? Popular three architectures are there. Number one, monolith, SOA, service oriented, microservice. Okay. In monolith, multiple services are developed, integrated, and packed into single var file. In that development, layers will be there. So, service provider, service consumer style application development will be there. In between, service registry will be there. Service consumer separate project, service producer separate project. Again, layers will be there. Consumer separate layer, producer separate layers. Next one. Microservice architecture. What architecture, guys? Yeah. Every service is separate project. Each project separate layers will be there. So MVC, without MVC layer, there will not be any Java project, guys. That is for sure. Without MVC layer, there will not be any project in the market. Clear, my dear? Come on. Super. Fine. Build process means keeping the project ready for execution. Maybe with packing or without packing, but it is all about keeping project ready for what? Execution. That's fine. What is the difference between application and application or service or Java API? Okay, Java API. Application programming interface. It's a base for programmer to develop what? Certain language or technology or framework application. Java, in Java, API comes in the form of packages having classes, interfaces, enums, and annotation. These APIs will be released or available in the form of what? jar. Total, how many types of APIs are there? Three. Predefined APIs, user-defined APIs, third-party APIs. Given by technology, language, framework vendor. Given by developer. Given by third party. Java APIs means language, technology, framework API. Regular Servlet API, JSP API. Spring API, Spring Boot API, those things. REST API means distributed application, that to provider application. What applications, guys? Application or service is the outcome of what? Build process. Either in the form of jar or var file, having certain tasks to perform. That's good. In the development of application or service in certain language or technology framework, we take the support of what? APIs. Existing APIs or libraries can be used to create what? New APIs or libraries or projects or application or services. We can use Hibernate API directly to develop Hibernate persistence logic or Hibernate application. The Spring creators have used same Hibernate API to develop what? Spring ORM, Spring Data JPA APIs. Are you getting my point? Super. Okay. These are what? Java APIs and Java applications, right? Okay. Now I'm trying to bring into picture. These APIs are language technology frameworks applied APIs, acting base to develop the application or services. These are also called library. I'm talking about Java APIs, guys. Example, Lang utility JDBC. JDBC API is given to develop JDBC code. Servlet API is there to develop what? Servlet components, right? Yes. API can be used to create application services project, and same API can be used to develop what? Other APIs. Are you getting my point there, guys? Next one. The language, technology, or framework APIs are nowhere related to what? RESTful Web Service API. RESTful Web Service API is present distributed application that are developed using what? RESTful Web Services. that are developed using what? RESTful web services. Are you getting my point, my dear? Come on. Yes. Yeah. Jar file purpose will change context to context. Jar file represent library. Jar represent JDBC driver. Jar represents standalone web application. Jar represent EasyB component. Jar file represent web application. Jar represent what? Standalone application or what? Project. That's good. The technology, the language technology framework APIs are given as the libraries to develop software application or projects or what? Services. RESTful web service APIs are what? Distributed application using which we can go for what? Application to application interaction, or the services provider application can be accessed from what? Different types of local remote consumer application. These are called REST APIs, web service APIs. Java APIs are libraries given by Java Language Technology Framework. JDBC API, Servlet API, JND API. RESTful web services are distributed component having business operations as what? Endpoint. Weather component, ICC SOAR component, phone pay, and what? All this stuff. So final conclusion is what? Okay. We discussed about build process. It's a project that is ready to execute. Next one, difference between APIs and service, or API or what? Application. Programming API is the base to develop application or service. Okay. Java programming API is example what? JDBC, Servlet API, EasyB API, Spring API, Spring Boot API. They come in the Java in the form of packages having classes, interfaces, enums, and what? Annotation. Enums and what? Annotations. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Okay, that's good. Enums and what? Annotations. Okay, that's fine. Okay, next one. Jar represent this. Jar represent this. Jar represent this. Everyone getting my point there or not there, guys? Other side, what is there? Deployment or what? Installation. The process of keeping web application in server, either that is running or later started, is called what? Deploy. Web server or application server, it's like what? Tomcat. It's the process of keeping web application in the web server or not there, guys. This is web application. Here is what? Var file. This is called deployment or installation or not there. Okay, first build process, then we understood technology API, RESTful API, and service or application. RESTful API means what? RESTful web service distributed application. Leave it. Language technology API means libraries providing base to develop the application or service. The outcome of API based development is nothing but service or what? Application. Okay, now I am talking about what? Deployment. The process of keeping developed application in web server or server is technically called as what? Deployment. And the process of removing that application from what? Server is called what? Undeploy. The process of keeping application in server is called deployment, and reverse is called what? Undeployment. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Okay. If you deploy the application when server is in running mode, that is called hot deployment. If you deploy the application when server is in stopped mode, that is called what? Cold. Server is running mode, you deployed it. Immediately deployment recognized. Hot. Very hot. First deployed, slowly you started the server. That is called what? Cold deployment. Sir, all these are looking like known terminologies. No, new terminologies I am going to introduce. Don't worry. In the development or testing environment, deployment takes place in what? Local server or software companies, software company cloud account, or in the embedded servers. In UAT production, deployment takes place in what? Client organization servers or what? Client organization account. Generally, we use what? External servers or what? Cloud servers. How build process takes place in real time. Using Maven Gradle tool in combination with what? Jenkins CI/CD configuration. We don't do manually. We automate the whole process with the support of what? Jenkins. We automate the whole process with the support of what? Jenkins. Everyone getting my point there or not there? We automate the whole process with the support of what? Jenkins. CI means continuous integration. CD means what? Continuous deployment or what? Delivery. Continuous deployment or what? Delivery. Using Maven Gradle tool, the var jar file will be generated where? Whereas using Jenkins tool, jar val file generation and its deployment to server can be automated for every change that is done in the source code at regular intervals. Okay. Yeah, tell me next one, guys. See, using Maven Gradle, var will be generated, whereas using Jenkins tool, var jar file generation, its deployment to server will be automated for every change that is done in the source code or at regular interval. You do change and commit the code, it will deploy automatically. Or you don't want to do like this, at regular intervals, it will be deployed automatically. Is it going to be interesting or not there, guys? Super. How build process takes place in real time? Companies. Maven Gradle tool in combination with what? Jenkins CI/CD configuration. How do you pack application or service or project into single unit having entire environment for execution? Only for code packing, var jar file. But environment plus code packing, we use the support of Docker or not there. So what's the advantage of Docker? Docker image or Docker container contain code plus environment. So when I move Docker image or container, one machine to another machine, come on, just code gone, environment also gone. Environment means what? OS, database software, server, JDK, etc., etc. In other machine, do I need to keep the environment ready, guys? Happily, it can be run or not there. See, only code packing gives more portability of code or code plus environment packing gives more portability, guys. Code plus environment packing gives more portability, right? Okay, now listen. Cinema shooting is happening in different locations, right? Hero is having certain living standards. In every city, finding hotel of heroes living standards is easier. Or preparing one caravan and making sure that is available in what? Every city or every city location is easier. Because hotel room cannot be brought to seating location, but caravan van can be brought to what? Shooting location. So wherever he goes, 1-2 days before only caravan van travels there and will be available there. So during shooting, hero will be enjoying the environment there or not there. During shooting, the hero will be enjoying the environment over there or not there. Say something, guys. Got the clarity or not there? That's good. So see, that means what? Hero moving means only code moving. Hero and caravan moving means what? Is environment also moving or not there? The same thing here. How do we pack application or service project into single unit, entire environment? Only code packing, var jar. Environment packing, nothing but Docker image or what? That will have code plus server plus database plus OS. Service instance or application instance or what? Instance. A running application inside the server giving what? Services to client, either for end user or for what? Other application, is called service instance or instance or what? Application instance. Each copy of application that is deployed inside the server is successfully to render services for clients is called what? Service instance. Are you getting my point there, guys? Array, service instance means a copy of the successfully running application. Suppose I have deployed 10 copies of WAR file, same WAR file in 10 different servers of same machine or different machine. 10 service instance are there now, boss. A running application inside the server giving services to client is called service instance or application instance. Each copy that is deployed in server successfully to render services for client is called what? Service instance. Everyone getting my point there, guys? Application or project is like what? Class. Each deployed application or project giving services to client is called what? Instance. One class can have multiple instances. Similarly, one application or project can be deployed in what? Multiple server. That means can have multiple instances or what? Service instance. It can have multiple instances or what? Service instances are not there, guys. Okay, this is the final conclusion from my side, guys. One application or project is like what? Class. Each object created for that class or application is called as what? Instance. Naresh IT web application or project, completed development testing. Yeah. Okay, that is deployed in how many places? Check it out. Web server 1, application server 1, web server 2, application server 2. This is my first WAR file. This is my what? Second WAR file. Total, how many WAR files are there? 2 WAR file. So that means 2 instances are created or not there. How many instances, guys? 2 instances are created or not there, guys. Web server or application server. NIT.where, other one is what? NIT.where. This is my instance 1, this is my what? Instance 2. Total 2 instances are there or not there, guys? Okay, you observe Gmail or any other popular website. Do you get the feeling it is not working today? No, hardly we did. Why? They don't maintain one instance of that application. They maintain different instance of application. Okay. They maintain different instance of that application, that too in different locations. So Gmail server you take, Gmail server, one service instance in what? Singapore, one is in what? Dubai, one is in what? Australia, one is in some other place. So like this, they keep multiple instances in multiple places or not there. Like this, they keep multiple instances in multiple places or not there. Web server or application server. Web server or application server. First instance, second instance. First instance is having its own where. Second instance is having what? Its own where. Convinced, my dear? Come on. Yeah. In every server, we can specify maximum number of requests that each service instance can allow at a time. In most of the server, this max request count is what? 200 by default. In Spring Boot MVC or Spring REST application, we can change or control this max request count using following properties of what? Application dot properties file. What dot properties file, guys? Applicate. In application dot properties, we can mention what? Server dot max, tomcat dot threads dot max 150. Default is what? 21. Server dot jetty dot threads dot max 300. Default is what? 200. Both these properties are related to what? Embedded servers of Spring Boot application. Are you getting my point there, guys? Super. In external Tomcat server, okay, max threads 150, min spare threads are what? 4. If it is external Tomcat, we can control max size like this. In embedded server, we can use these properties to control maximum request count or not there, guys. Super. So final, let me summarize what is first build process. Where I'm preparing background to understand drawbacks of monolith architecture. Please be ready now, okay? All these things I am telling to understand limitations of what? Monolith architecture based project development. First, build process, keeping our code ready for execution, either by packing the code or without packing code, is called build process. Next, API, programming API and application difference. Library is called API. Application is the code that is developed using library. Then we discussed about REST API. I mean, say web service API. That's a distributed application that also needs API, but that is developed as a distributed application. Right? Okay. Programming APIs are based to develop the application. REST API is the environment using which we develop distributed application. I think everyone knows what is distributed application. The service of distributed application can be used from different places, from remote location, from different types of application. Then we discussed about, okay, deployment. The process of keeping application in a server is called deployment. Cold deployment means what? Doing deployment when server is in stopped mode. Hard deployment what? Doing deployment when server is in what? Running mode. That's good? Yes. Next one is what, guys? Okay. Then we understood how real-time performs deployment. When Jenkins was not there, manual deployment by getting var jar file through what? Maven Gradle. When Jenkins is there, we automate the whole process. How? Whenever code is changed or at regular intervals, we automatically build the var file, we automatically server, we automatically deploy. So that much burden will not be there on the developer, right? Okay, how do you pack and release the code? Old days var jar file, but that is only code packing, right? But nowadays, Docker. Those who have done DevOps with me, they are aware of it, right? Docker. Oh, online. My dear online. Sir, will we see where EAR deployment in server? Chandani Kumari already have shown many times how to generate a var file, right? Okay. EAR is out of date. Nowadays, no one is working with EAR, right? Okay. Chandani Kumari, I think, did you attend DevApps? Okay, there I have shown. I think here also how to get control on var file name. I hope you remembered. I will teach, but not in this batch. It's happening in what? Docker class will happen in DevApps. Please. Okay, you bring up Dunia Bhar things and add this course. Already so many days I am taking. Sorry, I cannot add Docker in this course. Docker is part of what? DevApps. If you, if I allow you, you'll ask me to teach core Java also here. Mahan Purush. And at the end says, are taking too much time. You want everything. Arey, worst fellow, what's happening? Where these speakers are coming? Mute all. Naresh IT. Mr. Admin. Mr. Host. No, that's me, sir, Myra. All participant. I think this is me only, na? Okay. Yeah, I think by mistake. No, still coming. When new batch of DaySec app starts, find out in the office. Right. Yeah. Yeah, listen. From where it is coming, guys? Myself only? No. No one is unmute, right? Is there any background video running in my application? No. It's not good. Maybe online student it's good, but offline students are getting some parallel.
Go on store. You are not worrying about unauthorized people to access. Only you are worrying about hide the data.
Some parallel class.
If future you want again, encapsulation not there because
How come?
data is not hiding. No encapsulation. Now encapsulation there or not there? Certificate
How come? No, they are wired connections, na? They are wired connection. They are not
In this
wireless.
room, there are two doors are there. Okay. Admin want to check the ID cards. He's standing.
Call those
Then
people.
what is the checking ID card?
Call those people. Call those people.
Is it applicable? So, what did we do by developing encapsulation? We are hiding data from direct access and providing access via publicly available setter-getter method. Then what is the advantage? Number one, code usability.
It's not Bluetooth because it's wired connection. Speakers are not wireless. If it is wireless, I would have thought. Mic is also wired, na? Another one is there. No, here, boss, this is wired. This is wired. No one is there.
The approach you have to follow to achieve code usability.
1 minute, 1 minute. Nagesh. Who is this Nagesh? Maybe from his side is coming. He is listening 2 classes parallelly. No, he also muted. He also muted.
By using these 20 topics,
I should mute my mic. I think SAR Bluetooth is connected here. He's taking class in that room? I don't think. How 4th floor connected here? No, it's looking like any horror movie kind of thing. Chart is also mixing, huh? Can you anyone tell yesterday class topic name? Yesterday class is this one. Sound is from your mic, but my mic is my mic only. No, have you experienced? First time I'm experienced. Wireless mic is behaving. వేరే ఫ్యాకల్టీ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది స్పీకర్స్ నుంచి. Fine. Same Wi-Fi. How same Wi-Fi? It's a wired system. Right. Disturbance వస్తుంది. అదిగో వేరే ఫ్యాకల్టీ. తొందర పిలువు, క్లాస్ టైం వేస్ట్ అయిపోయింది. That's this much far. 4th floor and ground floor. Yeah. Sir, connect to your personal hotspot and once again check. Turn off machine and if I turn out again, restart. Off your Bluetooth in your system. In my system, Bluetooth is there. I don't think so. In my system, Bluetooth.
I am confident. If somebody calls, I will move. If somebody calls, sorry, I will not move. Why you cannot move? Because I
It's already off, right? It's already off. No, I don't know. That's related to antenna, something else. If you're expert, go and play with that. Okay.
student
Hey, Mama don't know anything. He is just, he's, are you, are you having any sound system business at the village? Huh? Mr. Mama, before getting into engineering, did you do any sound
designer,
system business?
wrong designer, right designer.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Let them come and let them solve, and we don't want to stop. Anyhow, SAR is coming once in a middle. Anyhow, Spring Boot microservice needs core Java knowledge. Right. Okay. So, yeah. What is next one we discuss? Service instant. Deployment is over. Then how do you pack? Packing we do through Docker. Docker advantage, not only code. Harikrishna సార్ వాయిస్ ఇక్కడ కనెక్ట్ అవుతుంది.
Then later,
ఇట్స్ దట్స్ వైర్లెస్ మా కొత్తది పెట్టారా? ఓకే ఫైన్. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe meeting on your device going on, not going on. Let's let it be. Yeah. Yeah, let's come back, guys. What is this? Docker. Docker packing is all about what? Mixing code and environment, na boss? And nowadays, everyone is going for Docker packing. Next one. Service instant. One application deployed 10 times. Same copy 10 times. 10 instances are. Same copy 30 times. 30 instance. Gmail, yeah, okay, Facebook, all these go for multiple instances. Okay, next one. Load count or what? Current load. The number of requests that are currently under processing by service instance is called what? Load count or what? Current load. If application one instance or service instance is currently processing what? 10 requests, then the load count or current load is what? 10. Then the load count or current load is what? 10. Now currently how many requests it is taking, based on that load count is decided. That's good. Load factor. It is current load by max load. It is what? Current load by max load. Load factor is equal to current load by max load. Suppose currently 10 requests are there, maximum it can take 150. So 10 by 150, how much you will get? 1.5 or 0 point something. Rest fellow. 1.5 or 0 0.5? 0.05 something you will get, right? If application instance with respect to server max load is what? 150. And application is currently processing 100 requests, then what? 100 by 150 is what? Is the load factor, 0.666. What is there? Load factor is always what? Greater than 0 to less than 1. Between 0 to 1. What is there? Between 0 to 1. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Super. Max load is equal to max request that server can take for each instance of application at a time. We can specify this using what? Server settings or what? Application.properties while working with what? Embedded servers of the Spring Boot. Yeah, this load factor. Listen, guys. Towards this value is towards 1 means more load is there. This value is what? Towards 0 means what? Less load is there. Towards 0 means less load. Towards 1 means more load. Are you getting my point, my dear? Super. Next one, scaling. Sir, why are you learning, teaching these terminologies? Because these are very important in the understanding drawbacks of what? Monolith architecture, and same problems can be solved using what? Microservice architecture, right? Okay. Yeah. Increasing service capacity of the application or service or project is called what? Scaling. If application is having facility to increase its service capacity as needed, then it is called what? Scalable application. That is called scalability feature are not there. Array, this is can be done in two ways: horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling means what? Take the copy of same application in 10 different places. That is called horizontal scale. Gmail, what Gmail is doing is horizontal scaling. Gmail application copy, one copy in Singapore, one copy in Dubai, one copy in what? USA, one copy in Australia. That is called what? Horizontal scaling. What scaling, guys? Okay. No, sir. Same application, the application, that application related machines, hard disk memory increased, RAM is increased. Come on. Everything is increased, doubled or tripled. That is called vertical scaling. Vertical scaling is good, horizontal scaling is good. Horizontal scaling is good. Vertical scaling, there is a limit, upper limit. Because max hard disk will be 100 genotabyte or enotabytes. After that, not available. Na? RAM also max will be there. Processor also max will be there. After that, increasing is possible? No. If it is horizontal, unlimited number of copies. Maybe in future more demand is there. In one country, two, three instances. If more demand is there, each city one instance. There's no upper limit, upper bound for what? Horizontal scaling. I'll tell one more example, guys. Paradise Hotel, they started in 1950, long, long back, right? Initially, it is for 100 members. It's like any chai cafe. Initially, it is like what? Chai cafe. Somehow they introduced biryani, biryani got clicked and it has slowly picked up. Eventually, what they did, they expanded to, okay, there only they expanded to 200 seats, vertical scaling. More demand has come. They constructed two floors. They constructed one, two floors. Okay, that time, what is that? Okay, vertical scaling. More and more demand. They dismantle entire building. Now they constructed 5 floor, 6 floor building, having minimum of what? 1,000 capacity, 1,000 table in one branch only. That is also vertical scaling. But later, city got expanded, traffic problems are happened. They realized no one will come to Paradise Circle to eat Paradise Biryani. We should go to other places. Then they started opening what? Branches, every possible popular area. One branch in Amirpet, one branch in Begumpet, more branches in west part of the city. Why? Because there more outy crowd is there. And now the people who are coming from villages, small town, they're very crazy about what? Paradise Biryani. That's why in bus stands, in big bus stands of Hyderabad, railway stations of Hyderabad also they opened what? Paradise. Everywhere they opened what? Paradise Biryani. So this comes under what, guys? Horizontal. Horizontal scaling is always good. Okay. Through horizontal scaling only we achieve what? Okay. More and more spread, boss. More and more expansion. Right? Okay. The way KSC is operating is what? KFC. Horizontal scaling or vertical scaling? Because they don't run in one country or one city. They run in what? Where different countries and different cities. The way McDonald's is operated is what? What scaling? Horizontal scaling. Every popular business will be successful because of what? Horizontal. In software environment also same thing. Right? Increasing shop capacity to 1,000 square feet to 10,000 square feet. Vertical scaling. Keeping same shop of 1,000 square feet in 10 different places. Horizontal scaling. Increasing number of ATM machines in different location. Horizontal scaling. Increasing number of ATMs in single room or location. Vertical scaling. Two types of scaling. One is horizontal scaling, other one is what? Vertical. Yes, my dear. Come on. Yeah, one is what? Horizontal scaling. Tell me. In horizontal scaling, we take what? Multiple copies of same application. That means multiple service instances to give services to client. And we control these multiple service instance with the support of what? Load balancer server. Array, I'm taking these instances of NIT.where in single web server or application server. Not compulsory, they should be there in single, they can be there in different also. Okay, multi three. And the load coming to these instances will be controlled by load balancer server or not there. This load balancer server, instance ID and load factor. When new request comes, it will check which instance is having what less load factor. 80 by 150, 90 by 150, 100 by 150. 80 by 150 is having less load factor na. That is 1122. So it will redirect the request to this one na guys. Next request came. Again check. Again this time same one na boss. Like this load balancing server will take care of what? Load balancing. That is called load balancing now, boss. That is called what? Load balance. Because in the team also we try to distribute the load or not there. One person talented fellow give more work because he's taking more package means not going to work out. So the load has to be distributed according to what? Time they are giving to company, not based on the salary they are getting, not based on, okay, the role they are playing. Everyone should get equal load according to their position. Because everyone is taken for a purpose. According to their purpose, their load should be given, right? Load balancing. In horizontal scaling, since no many number of instances are there, okay, just taking number of instances is not enough. There should be one mediator taking all the requests, sending right request to right instance, right? Suppose I have given request from India. So it will check whether Singapore service instance is free or not. If busy, it will redirect to another instance. If all are free, okay, it will take the decision by distance and what? By load factor. First priority to distance, second priority to load balance. Why first priority to distance? Because faster response is required now, boss. Faster response is required or not there. Second priority to load factor. Second priority to what? Load factor. But anyhow, world has become small global image nowadays because of internet, all this stuff. Okay. But still they are giving priority to what? Distance only. And no Gmail server in India. Gmail server is not there in India. 1 minute, let me ask ChatGPT. Maybe recently they may changed locations. Generally, they don't reveal, guys. Let's see whether ChatGPT can bring that information or not. Gmail server. Gmail server instance locations in location across the globe. Yeah. Key location Google data center. Sorry. Like server. Iowa, Buff, Virginia, Texas, this one, Oregon. In US, multiple places. Asia. Yeah, Asia South to Mumbai South one. Japan, Tokyo, Singapore, South Korea. Maybe recently they might have placed. Australia, Sydney, Melbourne. Middle East, this. Okay, these are Google, this one. These are Google, this one. Summary table, guys. Potentially hosting Gmail. North America, this. South America, this. South America is different. USA means only North America. You know that, right? Because America itself big, na? South America, this. Europe. Ireland, Netherlands, German, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, UK. Asia, Taiwan, India, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, Australia. China is not there. Check it out. China is not there. Check it out. Because in China, they don't allow Gmail. They don't allow Google. China is against of what? Gmail and Google. They have their own, not American kind of thing. No, they are not against of it. They don't want people to use other outside search engines, outside application, so that their people's data can be misused. Okay, na? They want to use their own application. They have similar application like Gmail and other. That's why you observe, you ask anything about China in Google, somewhat negative information will come. Because Google is not happy with what this policy they have kept on Gmail products. But at the same time, no country can avoid China because there we get cheapest manufacturing products. Cheap products are quality products. Everyone has to go to what? China, because labor cost is very less there. iPhone is assembled there. That's a universal fact, guys. Can I check summary table? At least you got idea. I think one more server is going to come very soon in Vizag. Very soon means 10 years minimum. Minimum 10 years, right? Because, yeah, once they announce, it takes minimum 10 years to get into operation. This is only for knowledge purpose, guys. I think here I kept one instance Singapore, one instance Dubai, one instance what? Sydney. Okay. Yeah. The given request goes to instance or service instance of application whose load factor is less. In our example, the both request 1, request 2 will go to instance 1 because it is having less load factor, 80 by 150. If all instances are having same load factor, then what? LBS will pick up what? Instance randomly. Okay, keeping Gmail in different zones of world map falls under horizontal scope. Either DevOps team or infrastructure team like an NX admin will take care of this kind of what? Load balance. These are various load balances that are there, guys. Other side, we got vertical scaling. Vertical scaling means what? Initially 16 GB RAM, 1 terabyte hard disk. Later, dual core CPU. Later, in new setup, 32 GB RAM, 10 TB hard disk, quadra core CPU, Wildfire, Oracle DB. What is that? Oracle DB. In cloud environment like AWS, max 720 GB in limited hard disk is can be taken in cloud. That's why people preferring what? Cloud. 720 GB is not a small GB, guys. It's a big number of GB, right? Where is 16, 34, 64, where is 720? That's why people are nowadays preferring to use cloud environment for development and what? Deployment. Moving to new setup from existing setup is called as what? Vertical scale. There is upper limit now, boss. Max 720. Now I want 1000 GB RAM. Possible or not? There will be technical boundary or not there. In horizontal scaling, is there any technical boundary? Logical boundary? Logical boundary also will not be there because it's all about increasing number of instances. Yes, my dear, come on. Pros and cons of monolith architecture based what? Application development. Okay, now we are coming to the actual discussion. Pros means positives. Cons means negatives. Provides a simple and easy environment to develop projects, application as the layered application, having layers like what? Presentation layer, controller layer, service layer, persistence layer, integration layer. Yeah, that's advanced. Most of the current maintenance projects are what? Monolith architecture projects. Next, what? Easy to deploy. Altogether single var jar, easy to manage, single var jar, easy to scale, increasing or decreasing instances. That's good. Performing unit testing is very easy because all layers and all services are available what together. Less possibility of getting network related issues because all services are layer mostly there together. Performing logging and debugging operations is very easy. Even editing activities are easy or not there. Even auditing activities are definitely easy or not there, guys. Say something, my dear. I want reply, guys. Come on. Super. Yeah. Yeah, listen, guys. Check it out. Advantages, pros. Once again, look at the pros. Simple and easy way. Okay. Easy to deploy because altogether same numbers. Okay. Increasing number of instances easy because altogether single verify.